There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. This fielded at the 2. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set, ready. 70 ending. Exit. Chance, run.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, it's Jones looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong. Defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
About set to get this drive started. It's at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 38 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, you don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's taken in by Callaway. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much damage. Daylight after that as he's brought down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jacobs. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumble.
You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way, but you're right. He got out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This complete to Jones. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Divine. This opening quarter, and the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard again.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked Jets, and they have possession, and they... So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running right, Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will extend their lead even further. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
18 Gator. Line 54. Hey, pick your game up. Hey, foxtrot. Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jacobs. And the throw there going to be incomplete. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it. Past the 50.
That's it, baby.
Gain of 17 yards. And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
Now they try the right side here. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On the double. Mark 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Jack. Mike.
Out of the gun now on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that.
Touchdown, Packers! In for the score as his guys can. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he still has yet to get on track. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Look at me. Zipper. Come to me. Hey, wahoo. Protein spill. Ready?
From the gun, Jacobs. He shakes him off. Flushed out right. Got a man, Slayton. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's go, tight end, let's go.
Back to throw. Jacobs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Now back to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Come on,
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looking to throw. Jacobs. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the...
What quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jacobs. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd and 6, just inside of the 30. Again, it's Barkley. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Ready, set. 42. 42's the mic. I got it. Slam. Hey. Let go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the
10-2 stop.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Yes.
4 down.
Hey, exit.
He's coming. We got double up.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Jacobs. He's going to look deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. But the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 2. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they... My goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but back...
About getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
Going for it all. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside. and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jacobs. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Slipping into the backfield.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Throwing on 1st down, Jacobs. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. Totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jacobs. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Drew Kaiser now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Jones. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 games in a row, there were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On first down, Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Packers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is third down and 12. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid, still pitching a shutout. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Check 9, check 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Johnson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Green Bay, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.